another episode of Journals of Juliet. Remember, I'm here every Wednesday on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, and my website. I hope you enjoy this episode. Let's get started. Today's episode is about how to get what you want. A few days ago, I posted a quote from Henry David Thoreau. He says, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined." It's a great quote, right? I love that quote. But let's face it, how many of us are dreamers? How many of us have envisioned multiple futures for ourselves? I want to do this and I want to do that, and one day I'm going to achieve this and I'm going to achieve that. But it's about focusing on that one future that we really want for ourselves. How can anyone go confidently in a direction when they don't know where they're going? I mean, we can go in any direction we want to. We could be as adventurous as we want to. But oftentimes that confidence comes from having a plan, from knowing where you're going. So if someone were to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Probably one of these interview questions that you might have had before. Sometimes we actually need to prepare for these questions, right? Because we don't know exactly where we see ourselves or what kind of future we have imagined for ourselves. So I suggest this. Schedule some time with yourself. It could be, a half an hour, an hour, one morning or one afternoon when you've got some free time, and just think a little bit of what future. Pick one future where you're doing something that you're passionate about, where you are at a place where you are comfortable and happy. What kind of future is that? Focus on it, write about it, talk about it with a friend. If you like to draw, sketch that future maybe, whatever it is, but find out what that future is. Because if I tell you to go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life that you have imagined, you have to have one life that you've imagined for yourself that you're confident about. So that's your first task, right? Find out what it is. Now, if you're sitting there worried and thinking, but I've been dreaming about something for so long, have I wasted all my time? Don't worry, okay? It's all good. There's some good news again from Henry David Thoreau. He says, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them." So if you're a dreamer like myself, and you've been dreaming about something for so long and not actually doing anything about it, it's never too late to put those foundations under them. Let me tell you this, for many years I've been dreaming of creating this Juliet Turns the Page project where I create a website, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel that inspires people through literature. Many, many years of thinking and dreaming about this. Trust me, I've built many castles in the air, okay? However, I wasn't really doing anything about it because I'd always say, well, when I have the time, I'll start doing it. Then one day, a few weeks ago, I just thought, actually about more than a month ago, I just thought, no, this is it. I need to find a website designer. I need to figure out the quotes that I'm going to be using. I need to figure out a structure for my videos. And I just sat down and I planned it all. And I did the research. And I went from a place where I was just so pretty much clueless because I had no idea what I was going to do, to a place of knowledge because I did the research and I decided to put those foundations under my dreams. And I think anyone is capable of doing this. You can do it. If you want to go back to school, do some research. Find the school that's good for you. If you want to start a business and start planning, there are tons of videos that you could watch online that teach you how to start a business, how to be an entrepreneur, and all these kinds of topics that you can find online. There's so much knowledge online. Use it to your advantage and start today putting those foundations under those castles in the air. You can do it. It's never too late. I promise. Sometimes we don't go after the things that we want because we're afraid of failure. A quote that I believe is 100% true is Robert Browning's quote, "A minute's success pays the failure of years." For many years while working on my PhD, I was just sometimes really, really frustrated and really upset and just worried that I would never make it. I mean, in my heart, I knew that I would because it's something I was so passionate about, and I knew that, I wouldn't be okay or happy without having a PhD. But there's so many moments where I'm like, when is it going to be over? When will I feel, that after all these obstacles and difficulties that finally I've got it? And honestly, guys, that 1 minute where I was told that you have passed your PhD, you've passed your PhD exam, you're fine, you're a doctor now, that was one of the best moments of my life. And even though I actually had to go and make some corrections because that's part of the process, so even after I technically passed, you still have to make corrections to get the final approval. I mean, everything in the world is a process, but it's all worth it. And that 1 minute where it's done and it's completed, or you've accomplished something, all those years of failure don't mean much anymore. They just mean that, it was a journey to get you where you wanted to be. So I don't want you to ever feel discouraged by failure. Honestly, that minute of success will pay for everything that you've ever suffered from before while trying to accomplish the things that you wanted to accomplish. So that's all for today. We hope we've been helpful, and we'll see you next week. Bye!